Hi friends, it's Beast. So in light of the holidays, Thanksgiving having just passed and Christmas and other holidays on their way, I wanted to bring up something that was really awkward that just happened to me, and I feel like happens to a lot of other people. And this video is kind of important to me, so disclaimer, these are my thoughts, my experiences, and I am not the know-all go-to person for the things that I'm about to talk about. I do not know anything or everything, so just a disclaimer. It's that time of year where people like me, college students, other people who don't really get to see their families and friends a lot, get to go home, hang out, do a bunch of fun holiday stuff, and a lot of the times it's really cool. You get to see people that you haven't seen in a really long time and catch up. But then you have to catch up. That's the problem. It can get really awkward. Like, let's say you're sitting at the dinner table surrounded by family who you haven't seen in a long time and don't really know anything about your life because they don't follow your Tumblr because that would be awkward, or they don't have you added on Facebook or something, and you have conversations that kind of go a little like this. How's school going? Fine. How's your job coming along? Or, how's the job search going? And my favorite question, how's life? I haven't heard from you in such a really long time and I really want to be filled in on every aspect, every detail of the things that have been going on in your life. See where I'm getting at? It can get really awkward, really fast. And also, it gets old. Sometimes it can potentially get dangerous. You're wading in very dangerous territory there, especially for someone like me who suffers from things that I am about to talk about that are usually really awkward to talk about. Are you ready? Depression, anxiety, mental illnesses. So where do you go from there? These are things, at least for me, that are very so very hard to confront. Like, I can't do it. I can't talk about it. I can't just be like, yo, guess what? I'm on medication. I can't wake up in the morning because I hate myself. I skipped classes 3 times this week because I couldn't get out of bed. Yeah, you don't really want to be that person. I was just faced with a situation where I was hanging out with a group of friends who I am very close with and love very dearly, and if they watch this video, sorry. I was confronted with a situation where I was hanging out with these old high school friends, and they were updating me on their lives. Oh, I'm gonna graduate next semester from college, and then I've got this internship lined up, and then I've got this job lined up, and I'm going places, I'm doing things, I'm feeling really great and feeling really successful, and I'm like, yes, you do your thing. Let's talk about you, all you. Because after they're done explaining, they go, so what have you been doing? What have you been up to? I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that at all. I don't want to be that person that's like, yeah, I have a lot of social anxiety, and I'm clinically depressed, and I did my laundry today. What do you do with that? And I've been thinking about this situation for a while because this happened around Thanksgiving, and it's taken me like 3 tries to make this video because I've just been thinking about it so much. Like, what do you do in those situations? How do you confront your fear of talking about anxiety and depression and mental illnesses? Confronting that fear is really hard because that is a stigma behind mental illnesses, that you have to be afraid. It's very hard to confront people with these things. And in situations like that, you don't really want to, and that's fine. I don't feel like it would have been appropriate for me to say anything about my mental illnesses then, because I want to be supportive of the people in my life who are successful and not burden anyone with any sort of guilt that they feel like they have to feel sorry for me or to take care of me. I don't just face it. Like, I feel like many other people face this kind of thing during the holidays, especially because that's the time of year when everyone places extreme importance on family. And that can be very, very hard for people. I haven't told a lot of people in my family the things that I have been suffering from. So this video is kind of a therapeutic coming out, you could say. I don't really want to use that term, but this is me saying, like, hey, I have social anxiety and clinical depression. Like, these are things that I struggle with and I have been struggling with, especially during the holidays. Because you don't want to admit those things because you're scared. I'm scared. I'm terrified right now. I've been out of breath the entire video. It's just really, really hard to talk about. And I feel like the point of this video is to try and open that up and to try and talk about it, not just for me, but for other people. I want to eliminate this idea of fear behind talking about mental illnesses. I feel like these kinds of things need to be opened up because so many people suffer from it. So many people suffer from depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, PTSD. Like, there's so many different things that people need to be talking about. It's hard sitting in the shadows about it. It's hard lying to people, but I feel like it's harder lying over and over and over again. So I don't really know what to do from here. I don't have any answers. For me, it's like if I'm confronted with someone asking me, hey, how are things going in your life? I'm like, great, let's talk about you more! I'm very smooth. Very, very smooth. Eloquent. In diverging the conversation to go back towards that person instead of on me because of my anxiety about talking about my anxiety and talking about my depression. So I want to open up that discussion. So if anyone else out there suffers from these same kinds of things, situations, anything, tell me. Put it in the comments. Write your entire fucking life story. I want everyone to be validated in the sense that they are suffering from these things, going through these kinds of situations, and that they are still themselves, that they are still a person. Because a lot of the times, I don't feel like I'm a person. I feel like I am my mental illness. And that's not true at all. So if you feel like it, write in the comment section everything that's going on and take steps from there. Let's get rid of the fear of talking about mental illnesses. I don't know what this is. I will see you guys later. Hopefully this video did something. I don't really know what it did for me. It just made me talk about this more. Hope you guys liked it. I will see you sometime in the distant future. Goodbye, my friend.